Hello friends, you're welcome to my channel. Thank you so very much for tuning this channel today. On today's tutorial, I will be teaching you how you can cut and sew this triangular Bubu blouse, or you call it a Bubu top. So I use two different fabric for this practical. Now this one I'm putting on here. So this fabric is like a crepe, but not crepe, and this one does not stretch. So I actually bought 1 yard, but by the time I get to the shop and I measure it again, I find out that it's not up to 1 yard. It was just 33 inches. While the length of this fabric is by 60. That brings me to conclusion that you can use lesser than 1 yard. You can use 32, 33 inches from my size down. My size is 44, 45, my measurement. You can actually use this smaller fabric, this 30 something inches, for my size of person, for slim person, but for bigger person, I have another idea I want to introduce to you. For plus size, I will introduce another one for you. So the width of this neck that you're seeing here, I use 7.5 inches as width, while the depth, I use 3 inches. So you can see the neck, the way it is. And the shoulder slope, I use 1.5 inches. So see how it is. It's beautiful for my size. My shoulder is 18 inches. So if you're using it for someone that shoulder is 15, 16 inches, you should also know that you will reduce the width. You can reduce the width by ½ inch. It depends on the measurement. So just check what you have as measurement. So this is the front of the top. Let me show you the back. This is the back. So I have this gold, the same style with me. And this fabric is a stretchy fabric, both the length and the width stretch. The people that sold this fabric for me said the name of this fabric is Bubu, and I love this fabric so much. It's very cool on my skin. So because this fabric stretches, I use the width of my neck 6.5 inches instead of 7.5 inches. I took away 1 inch from the width, while the depth of this one was 2 inches instead of 3 inches. While the shoulder slope that I use for this one, I use 2.5 inches, not 1.5. So instead of reducing the shoulder slope, I increase it by 1 inch. And it came out well. I like what I'm seeing here. So if you have a fabric that is stretchy, both the length and the width, and you're making this top for a slim person, maybe shoulder is 15, 16 or 14, you should also know that you have to reduce it a bit. So I love the length of this one. This fabric that I use for this one is 1 yard, while the length of the fabric is by 70. This is the front, you can see. This is the back. So if this is the video you would like to see, please stay with me while we go right into the video. So this is the fabric that I will be using for the triangular top. 33 inches. It's not up to 1 yard. You can use 1 yard. The length of it is by 60. This one here is my size, but if you're using it for extra large person, you need to use fabric that the length is longer than by 60. So I'm going to fold the 2 edges like this. The savage, just fold the 2 edges like this. So this is the folded part now, and this is the open part. So I'll bring the open part to the folded part like this. Now I still have some excess that I will cut out from the down. This is the reason why I said you can use fabric that is not up to 1 yard. Mine is 33 inches instead of 36, and I still have extra that I will cut out. So this is the down. I'm going to cut out this extra first. Now I will come to this upper part. So how to get the neck? Just place your tape like this. Find 7.5 inches. 7.5 inches like this. This material is busy, so you will not see my chalk like that. So this will be the neck. Then I will draw my chalk from that side to the center front. This is the center front. Then the depth of the neck, I'm using 3 inches here. Now from this side, I'm going to connect my hand to this 3 inches. But don't make it too sharp because it's a center front. You have to slant it in a way that it will not be too deep. I see now. Then having done that, I will come to the side again and remove shoulder slope. Very, very important. I am using 1.5 inches. So now that I've marked my shoulder slope, this is the down of the top. I will come to the down like this. I will mark 1/2 inch away from the down like this, 1/2 inch. You can use 1 inch if you want to use 1 inch. Then from that 1/2 inch, I will impute my round sleeve circumference. I'll be using 15 as my round sleeve circumference. 15 divided by 2, that will give me 7.5. So this is 7.5. I will mark it like this. First of all, let me open this part, this folded part. So I'm going to notch this round sleeve area like this. Then I will notch my 1/2 inch at the down part. So having done that, I will come to my shoulder slope and slant my chalk. I will blend it in. This is the shoulder. From this neckline to this round sleeve now will serve as my shoulder. So I'm blending my hand in. I will come out like this. Just use your eye to check, and any point that is good, you bring out your hand immediately. I'm going to use this paper to illustrate what I just did here for you. This paper is folded into 2. Let's assume that I'm cutting the front of this dress now. The front and back is the same side. So I come to the upper part like this. I just find my 7.5 inches. That is the fabric that is not stretchy, 7.5 inches. So this is my 7.5 inches. I see the mark here. Then to the center front, I will come down by 3 inches. So I will blend my hand like this to these 3 inches I see now, but don't make it too sharp because this is the neck and it's a center front. Don't make it too sharp. Then I'll quickly trim this down now to make it equal. Okay. So let's assume this is 1 yard of fabric that I'm using now. I will come to the down, then I will mark 1/2 inch. You can mark 1 inch, 1/2 inch like this for seam allowance. Then from that 1/2 inch, I will mark my round sleeve. So let me use this 5 now as my round sleeve. From this round sleeve now to the neckline will serve as my shoulder. Now I'm going to give a shoulder slope. I see now. If you're using this kind of fabric that is not stretchy, 1.5 inches. But if you're using a fabric that is very stretchy, 2.5. The one that is not too stretchy, a little bit stretchy, you can use 2 inches. So I'm going to blend my hand from this point now. Find way to come out. I see now. Don't make it too sharp like this. So this will be my shoulder slope. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. I see now. See the shape. This will be the down part. So the next thing that I'm going to do now, you see this triangular shape, the down part. I'll quickly find my hip circumference. So my hip circumference, stop here. So I'm going to give a notch. So I'll just give a mark, a notch. So this will serve as my hip circumference. I hope it's clear. So this one now, I'm going to find my hip circumference here at the down part. My hip circumference is 47 inches. So this is 47 inches plus 1 inch. So this point here will serve as my hip circumference. So I'm going to notch it also. I'm going to notch this part also. Then having done that, I will now cut out the neck together, front and back. Then I will cut my shoulder slope. I will say now, this is my shoulder slope. I'm using the front of the fabric. So this is the shape of the top. I see now. This is the down part. Now the first thing to do, I'll go to the machine. Let me turn it to the front, facing front. I'll go one side like this and place this one on top. Then I will quickly close the shoulder. Right now, the shoulder from this neckline to where the armhole comes in that I notch. I will close it. Then I will come to this part also and close it from the neck to where I notch, which will serve as shoulder. I'm going to close it. So this is me closing the shoulder from the neckline. I'll just close it with 1/2 inch. I'll close it in my armhole line. Then I will back stitch like this. I will also close the second shoulder. In my armhole line, then I will stitch again. Then I can now pipe the neck. I will open it like this. Bring my bias. Our normal way of piping neck of dress, I'll sew from the front and turn it to the back. So when you sew to this point, you cut the bias icing, just give a space to join. You can join it or you fold one on top of each other. So I want to join it now. The bias, I'm joining the bias. So you check it again. If it's well balanced, then you can now cut out the excess, the allowance on the bias, like this. Then you stitch both of them together, the lines. You can now turn it to the back side and fold your bias, flip it over like this, I see now, and run thread on top. So are you seeing I'm done with the neck? At this point, you have to be careful neckline so that you can trace the shoulder and trace the round sleeve. I'm so sorry my camera did not capture the other dress very well. Once you finish piping the neck, are you seeing now? This is the neck of the dress with bias. When you finish piping the neck, you should know that the next line is the shoulder, which we notch and we also close. It was the shoulder that I closed first before piping the neck. Now, after the shoulder, you will see the armhole line, the same notch. Then immediately at the armhole line, the 1/2 inch that I notched. So you follow the 1/2 inch like this. So this part that I'm closing now with the other material is the side. Immediately after the armhole, just close the side. You see the notch. If you actually notch your own, so you close and stop here. And the same thing to this side. This part is the side, this is armhole. So this part now that I'm closing to the hip, then this triangle shape is the down part. So when I get to the hip area, I'll stitch also. So the next thing to do now is to fold my round sleeve. Right, you see now, I'm going to fold the round sleeve with the seam allowance. Just flip it over to the back like this. quarter of an inch inside. It all depends the seam allowance that you added. Mine is not up to 1 inch, so just check your allowance and fold it accordingly. So I'm hemming the round sleeve now. So when you get to this part, if you have a big allowance, you open it so that you can weave. If you already weave it, you also open it. For ironing, you have to open it. Our normal way of hemming dress. So at this point, you can cross your thread on top of this shoulder now to catch this hemming allowance very well. Okay. And complete it like this. So see how the hemming is icing now. So this is my armhole. To the down part, the shoulder line. So I'm going to apply the same thing to this other armhole. The next thing to do is to hem it down, icing now. I'm going to hem it from a side like this. Just fold your allowance, the first one inside, and fold it again the second time, the way we hem dress. So you follow the triangle shape like this. And turn it this way. Then you continue. When you get to the second side, just stop and cross your thread on top. Turn it this way to the second side and continue the hemming. And continue your hemming. So you see that our Bubu top is ready. Just give it a good press. It's very simple. Thank you so very much for watching. And please help me press the like button. Thank you so very much.